ballpark Franks got their start in 1957, right here in the ballpark. They soon became a summer tradition, passed from one generation to the next. With a taste of 100% Angus beef, ballpark Franks bring on summer. Scotch Delicate Surface Painter's Tape has gentle adhesive for projects that require a little extra care. So, for surfaces like wood cabinets, be certain you have the right painter's tape to conquer the job. The best paint jobs start with Scotch.
This is not just a headache. This is not just a fever. This is not just the flu. It's meningitis B, and you're not there to help. While meningitis B is uncommon, once symptoms appear, they can progress quickly and can be fatal, sometimes within 24 hours. Before you send your teen to college, make sure you help protect them. Talk to your teen's doctor about meningitis B vaccination.
How pure can pure be? Our 12-step process provides 100% pure quality water. Look for kids packs from Nestle Pure Life. Fun designs and a perfect size just for your kids.
Lower carbs. Lower calories. Higher expectations. The light beer you've been waiting for has arrived. Corona Premier.
With the Capital One Venture Card, you'll earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every day. Not just an airline purchase.
Holy moly, that's a lot of miles!
What's in your wallet?
Not even our competitor's best battery can match the power of Energizer. Because Energizer Ultimate Lithium is the longest-lasting AA battery in the world. Energizer, backed by science, matched by no one.
It's time to ready the planes,
Ready to go? Okay,
prep the crew,
all clear here.
and get down to business.
Are we loading passengers?
Because for these Arctic aviators, wicked weather,
They're saying it's the coldest winter in 22 years.
antique aircraft,
We're flying this thing, seriously?
and treacherous trips
Stand up, fire.
are just a part of the job. The Ice Pilots are back on the Weather Channel. New episode Sunday nights at 8.
Nature can be a formidable foe for man and animals alike. Early October 2017, in Hyderabad, India, monsoon season goes out with a bang. After a heavy downpour floods the Musi River, waters are extremely agitated and dangerous.
India gets most of the rain, like 90% of the rain in the monsoon season, which runs from about June through September.
They expect to get tremendously heavy rains, and the result, of course, is in some cases you're going to get some flooding.
By all accounts, it is not a good day for a swim. Yet one dog doesn't appear to have a choice.
That doggy paddle is legit right there.
The dog gets trapped in a storm basin, which is designed to catch excess runoff before it can descend upon the nearby city. Unfortunately, the turbulent waters prove to be a daunting rival for this swimmer.
What's happening here is that you've got a little bit of a barrier, and then you see the development of what's called a hydraulic, where the water comes down and then it begins to curl back on itself.
It's like one of those pools that you can get that kind of funnels the water against you so that you keep swimming in place. I mean, this dog is going upstream like a salmon and is able to fight that current, which is remarkable. Who knew a dog could swim that quickly and that strongly?
As the dog struggles to stay afloat, several nearby villagers quickly leap into action.
You can see a chain of people trying to make their way to this poor dog stranded in this churning water.
Notice they didn't go one at a time. They went together, and the more force you have, the more you're able to withstand that strong flow of water.
He's really not making any kind of forward progress, so these folks are able to at least get that one person down.
They're so close, and that pup seems to know that they're trying to help him, and so you can see him struggling to swim. And then they finally get him.
So this is really the human spirit at its best, pulling together, facing great odds and coming together to help an animal in this case. It's a really wonderful thing to see.
True or false? All dogs are naturally good swimmers. Dogs with shorter legs and deeper chests, like bulldogs and pugs, are not built for swimming. Rescuing a domesticated animal is challenging. Rescuing a wild animal can be infinitely more complicated. April of 2017, a nature photographer in Poland spots a white-tailed eagle in the distance. The eagle is partially submerged and trapped in the thick mud of a coastal marsh. Switching from photographer to rescuer, the man crawls through the sludge to save the bird.
Watching this clip is heart-wrenching.
My goodness.
So what this likely is a mud flat, and it's mud that is deposited by tides or rivers, and it gets into this very thick kind of slush, almost like a quicksand that suctions you in.
You got that type of mud, that viscous mud on your feathers, you've lost your ability to fly.
I mean, that's really courageous. And he's struggling too.
Yeah, he's exhausted. Because imagine pushing yourself through it. You couldn't even walk. It's that thick.
Local firefighters gather to offer assistance. They've given the photographer a rope to help the return trip go more smoothly. He finally reaches the eagle. The battle is just beginning.
The eagle's like, hey, who are you? This is a bird of prey, first of all. It's a wild animal.
It can be a very fierce bird, let's admit it.
But the bird was so scared, like anybody would be, when he first comes to him, you can see, kind of attacks him a little.
Ultimately, the eagle is too tired to fight. But with the help of the other rescuers, he and his new friends slowly make their way back to drier land.
This photographer is a hero. The fact that he risked his life and kind of crawled out there like 2 football fields to save this bird is incredible.
After what seems like an eternity, the photographer and the eagle reach the end of their journey together.
We're all creatures on this earth, living together. And this guy doing the right thing for that bird is a really selfless act.
Members of a local wildlife rehab take in the white-tailed eagle and nurse it back to health. It is transferred to a refuge, where it's determined that this is a 6-month-old eagle, which probably fell during its first flight.